Labor Day weekend provided us with some of the best high school football action we are going to see in 2016, and we got to jump right in and take a look back at IMG Academy versus Corona Centennial as they provided us with an instant classic. The number 2 team in our excellent 25 rankings presented by the Army National Guard, IMG Academy and Centennial were tied 42-42 with just over 1 minute left, and with no timeouts left, IMG wisely let the Huskies score the go-ahead touchdown with 1 minute and 6 seconds left on the clock from 5 yards out, which allowed IMG to get the ball back. Kellen Mond, the 2017 Texas A&M commit, led the Ascenders down the field, and he found former Calabasas star Brian Hightower from 39 yards out with 12 seconds left. And hey, IMG didn't feel like overtime, so they went for a gutsy 2-point conversion, and a shovel pass to Awesome Martin was the difference as they had a happy flight back to Florida with a 50-49 win. Now, looking at the rankings, and hey, I seriously thought about moving Centennial up in this week's Excellent 25 presented by the Army National Guard, but at the end of the day, they lost and allowed IMG to drive 80 yards down the field to win the game, and teams like American Heritage and De La Salle looked very impressive last week, so they jumped ahead of the boys from the 9-5-1 as Centennial only dropped 3 spots to number 22. And there were some crazy games from the Lone Star State this past weekend as number 12 Cedar Hill was trailing Mansfield by 20 in the 4th quarter, but backup quarterback Garrett McGuire, the coach's son, got the start as 2017 Notre Dame commit Avery Davis missed the game with an injury. But the star of the game was Marquise Foreman, who had a big 55-yard touchdown run to cut the lead to 41-35. Then he scored the game-winning touchdown on 4th down with 4 seconds left in one of the craziest games of the weekend. The number 16 team in our excellent 25 rankings presented by the Army National Guard, Katy, had to pull off a 4th quarter miracle also. The Tigers were trailing 35-21, then tied the game up with 2 4th quarter scores. And how big was their 4-star sophomore running back DeAndre Glass? He balled for 250 yards and 5 touchdowns, including both scores in the overtime periods. And with Katy down 49-48 in the second overtime, Gary Joseph went for the win and got it when Rocky Emery hit Mason Rivera for the game-winning 2-point conversion as they walked away with a 50-49 win. And there were 2 newcomers to this week's excellent 25 rankings presented by the Army National Guard as Washington, D.C. power St. John's is in at 24, and Utah power Bingham is in at 25 after an impressive win against rival Lone Peak. Well, that is all the time we have. I am Zach Boff here on MaxPreps.com, America's source for high school sports.